How does it feel to be here as part of the Cannes Film Festival?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, I think that I'm so honored and excited to show the film here because it's an international audience. Mm-hmm. I think that also the idea of immigration and all stuff, it's not just an American issue. And the fact that like a festival that's much more international would be interested in that is, I'm honored.
Mm-hmm. I stayed to hear that applause. That was amazing. How did that feel at the end?
Yeah, I mean, that's what's incredible about Cannes is they just so deeply love film. But I definitely wasn't expecting that.
You know, you wrote, directed, produced, and you starred in it. So where did this idea first start for this film?
So I have quite a bit of Korean American adoptee friends. And I'd been hearing, this is, I don't know, 5 years ago? No, maybe longer now, but hearing that this was something that was happening, was adoptees getting deported, and I thought, this is inhumane.
You know, I felt like this was kind of a different role for you. This was it was a very tough guy role. Did you plan on starring in it as well the entire time? Or?
No, I didn't. I wasn't planning on being in it. I was more focused on writing a good script. I wrote it for 2 years, and as I was writing, it just, I got so much more emotionally attached and involved. Also speaking to other adoptees and stuff, it just became such in my bones, and then practically speaking, I do some pretty difficult stuff in the film. We shot partially in winter, and just standing under water towers, it's absolutely freezing, and I don't have to ask permission if I'm doing it. Also this was tattooed in.
Is that a real tattoo?
Yeah, it's
no way.
Yeah, but I can't ask a fucking actor to do that.
Right.
It's nuts. I was driving the motorcycle without a helmet.
Right.
You can't really, and I don't even know. I didn't even know why the production let me do that.
And Alicia Vikander and also Linh-Dan is in the movie. And how did you come to cast them in those roles?
Well, both of them are not American. Alicia is Swedish and Linh-Dan is French. And I really, not that an American, couldn't play that role amazingly, but I think casting someone who's not American, they're going to make intentional choices. If I were to cast someone from the South, they might take it for granted and just kind of be like, oh, I know what that feels like. If you cast Alicia, she's gonna definitely be like, okay, what are the things about an American Southern blue-collar woman do I want to showcase and accentuate and play? So she was so meticulous about getting the accent right. Her hair. She wears a wig in the film. Her hair and down to the color of her scrubs and the types of shoes she wears. Those are all intentional choices, and I feel like from an outsider's perspective, they can have a very different viewpoint of what it is to be an American, because that's one of the questions the film asks. I definitely, as a filmmaker, want my films to have some sort of purpose outside of just entertainment. I want it to start conversations and for it to kind of question. And my biggest goal for every film is when people walk out of the theater and they go home at night and they lay in bed, if they just think about the characters one more time, then I know I've succeeded, because it's supposed to build empathy, and one of my main goals, is to bring empathy to my community, which is Asians at large and Asian Americans. Cannes only accepts a few American films every year, so to have an Asian American film,
right.
Korean American film about Korean American issue, or is incredible.